Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do something today which is going to be a lot of fun. For those of you who have not seen my November energy report, you're going to want to watch that even before you see the individual sun sign breakouts. And the reason why is it goes into a really in-depth detail of how we're telling ourselves new spiritual stories and how we're moving into a new period where we're actually going to start creating new earth based on this new spiritual story. But we're in the midst of it, and that is one of the reasons why I really wanted to put forth these individualized sun sign videos. I'm not typically focused on astrology, although I'm getting much more interested and I may end up doing more astrology in the future. But what I'm going to do here is you're going to find this video probably in two places. You're either watching this on What on New Earth or you're watching it on Intuit Oracle. I felt that these videos were, perfect for both audiences because I am going to be using Intuit Oracle cards, and that is the official sponsor of What on New Earth. It happens to also be my business with Kimberly Aria, and I absolutely love reading cards, so I'm putting it together with this newfound love of astrology. And I mentioned in the other video that there's an app called Sirius Joy, that's Sirius Joy, that a lot of the information I'm bringing forth is based on. The lead astrologer, an amazing, he calls himself Sensei, and I think that's the perfect title for him, Christopher Witecki. You're going to want to check out his app because I cannot even begin to tell you what an impact it has made on my spiritual journey, and I've been doing this a long time. Quick change. So I'm so excited about it. So what I'm going to do is, this is the same introduction that's going to be on each sun side video. So if you're watching a second for your rising sign or your ascendant, and I highly recommend that you check all three because all three are going to be extremely important for you. But if you are, you're going to have already seen this beginning, so you're just going to want to spin on through and go right to the meat of it. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, I sure hope you'll stick around. We'll be right back.
Still and silent, calm before the storm, gold and diamond, jewels behind the throne, into the night, out of the dark, take to the sky, chasing the stars, all that we said, all that we are. Waiting to fly, this is the start. Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, yours and mine, euphoria.
Welcome back, Gemini. I've been looking forward to doing this reading because that's my ascendant. I am shocked at how accurate ascendants and moons are in all of this astrology stuff. So definitely, whether you're, if this is your sun sign, that's great, but go check out your ascendant and your moon, and then maybe some of the people that you love so that you understand what they're going through too. The Gemini report was very exciting because I cannot believe how accurate it is for me, and that's an ascendant. So I'm looking forward to doing this reading for you. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the astrological information that I got from Christopher Witecki's Sirius Joy app and from him in his tutelage along this path. I want to give a definite shout out to him. This is mostly his information that I have ingested and am, basically sharing with you just the highlights. But if you want a detailed hand-in-hand walk with someone, I cannot recommend him more. He's amazing. So let's go ahead right now and let's talk about how this transit is helping Gemini. This transit is helping Gemini in living in the moment, how to live better in the moment. And up until this new moon, this past season, has really been how you handle and care for your body, which just blows my mind when I figured that out, because I have literally been on keto. I have been going to the gym 5 days a week. I have introduced a ton of new supplements and new ways of cleansing my body and new therapies to my body. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? This is literally what is on store for Gemini right now, because when you, how you live in your body is going to determine how you show up in the world. Okay. So during this period of time, we were realizing that it's time to create boundaries of how we live in our body. And I am sure you've probably been doing some of the same things. We're looking at the quality of lifestyle. We're looking at boundaries of how does this affect me? How does that affect me? And I got to tell you, just to share something personal, I had been doing keto and I ended up having a couple of glasses of wine on an empty stomach, and I blew my body out with sugar. I was devastated. My whole body, I could only say I was shattered. And when you shatter your body, you really, it was like this consciousness, okay, I'm not doing that again. We're not doing that again. It's like, so the new spiritual story is drawing the boundaries. So that you can begin to trust yourself more. When you know how you're going to feel, when you know that you're going to be able to show up energetically, it's going to make such a difference in the day-to-day life. Now, the Mars energy in Scorpio right now is likely to make you more defensive, more quick to anger, and it also is likely to give you room for injuries and, rush, let's move fast. And so you're being asked to slow down and think about that. But this ego masculine energy is also going to have the energy to push you through to get the job done, give you the push where you need, and also to cut off stuff that is not good. Like me with that, okay, I'm not doing wine on an empty stomach. 1 glass, that's it. Those are boundaries that I started to draw for myself. It's going to empower you more. Just cutting those things out that don't work for you. The biggest changes happen after the new moon, which was November 4th. You're going to be opening up to new lifestyles. Earth is in Taurus, which is going to open you up to new faith in yourself and life. And I don't know about you, but that is happening to me, and I'm very excited about it. It's also going to be in the expansion of your boundaries about your lifestyle, balanced by a higher operating system of faith. So you're going to be coming into a bigger faith in the universe, a bigger faith in the spiritual side of things. And that's going to help you, like, as you make practical changes in your life, that's going to help you open up even more to the spiritual connection that you have. And that's going to affect your mission in life. And if you look at it, well, I'm Sagittarius, so I've got Sagittarius sun, but Gemini moon. Here I am, I'm getting more on my spiritual mission than I've ever been before. This is going to be making very specific life changes, providing you get enough energy to do what you came here to do, things of that nature. Now, there is going to be some final cutting of the cords for an old plan, and that is your belief in yourself, all right? Whatever you had, some old plans, and those are going to be going. You're going to become committed to believing in yourself and believing in life, believing in this new spiritual life, and you're going to be committing to that. So that has to happen for you to change and move into your new spiritual story and the work. You're also going to decide to stop arguing with yourself. You're going to say, you know what? I'm going to decide on this. I'm not going to argue with myself anymore. And as that happens, your life purpose grows. It's also where you belong in society. Where you belong is going to grow. It's going to change. And you're also going to know where you don't belong. So you might know where you don't want to live, where you do want to live, what group of people you want to hang out with, who you don't. It's going to be solidifying your lifestyle, and that is going to help you in what you believe about yourself. All right, you are being asked to remain open with boundaries, open up to new things, open up to closing some doors, open up to opening some new doors, being flexible with where you're drawing your boundaries. Let it stay in the moment of now, because you need to be flexible. You need to be able to transform everything in the moment of now. We're looking at making some big changes to life. But like, for example, if you just decide, I'm not open to arguing with people. I'm not open to arguing with you anymore, whoever that you is. You may just close the door to that relationship. I'm not going to do this anymore. And that means you're going to have to go. That means the beginning and ending of relationships. And beginning new definitions of what you're going to allow in the relationships. So what this is going to do is it's going to transform your daily lifestyle. I'm excited about that, very excited about that. That ties into your future. This is where you're going. Now, the sun is moving into Sagittarius, and that's going to be exploring yourself. You're not going to recognize yourself anymore. And I get choked up when I think about that. In so many ways, I'm not recognizing myself anymore. You're going to realize these changes are happening. You're going to talk to yourself differently. You know, you're going to use different words to describe yourself. And the earth is going into Gemini, so that will help you manifest a new way of treating yourself. Self-loving responses to yourself are key. All right? You're going to have some fears of screwing it up, looking like you might, oh God, did I do that wrong? Did I look stupid? I'm so embarrassed. Is this what but you're going to face it and you're going to overcome that. And then, you know, the whole thing is that how you respond to yourself, the loving self, loving yourself is the key to it all. It's going to help you overcome your worst fears, and that is what's going to take you into your new spiritual story. So congratulations, Gemini. You're making some huge shifts and changes, and I'm excited to go right along with you, and let's find out what the cards have to say. Okay, about your new spiritual story. So, I am going to be using several different decks. I always use the Intuit Oracle decks. Intuit Oracle is the sponsor of this channel. It is actually mine and Kimberly Aria's Oracle and Tarot card business. And I use these cards every day to make decisions, to tune me into my own knowing. And it's what's made me want to read cards. I am, however, bringing in a couple of other decks into this reading because in the past when I've done readings, I found these particular decks to be extremely helpful in the kind of reading I'm doing now. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the Shamanic Healing deck, and this is going to be telling us what it is you're going to be healing during this period of time. So what is Gemini healing in this period of time? All right, let's just go ahead, pull out a card. Okay, retreat. We got card number 40, retreat. I love to look at the book. It's a great book for these cards. Let me show you this card. Retreat. Okay, let's see how this relates. All right, this is card number 40. Is this the final card? No, it's not, but it's getting there. All right, retreat. This is a good time to retreat into your safe place, a quiet place to gather your resources for what's to come, working on making your body, mind, and soul as strong and as unencumbered as possible. This is the card that urges you to get your ducks in a row for the changes that lay ahead. All right? Changes sometimes come fast and furious, even when they're longed for. It can take time. It can take us time. It can take us unprepared. By drawing this card, you are advised to prepare for some changes that are coming your way soon. And aren't we dealing with change in every way and every how? Alternately, take this time to process the changes that you've recently gone through. So you have been all the way up until this point of the new moon that was November 4th. In November, you've been processing changes, making changes. And so here we are. We are going to go into actually dealing with some of those changes. That's fantastic. All right, so now we're going to look at what do you need to surrender for this new spiritual story to happen for you. I mean, it's going to happen for you, baby. It is happening. But I always found that bringing consciousness to what you're going through, well, first of all, it's fascinating and it's interesting, but it also accelerates. It accelerates what you got going on. It accelerates it. It makes it more poignant, all right? So let's see what we got here. Surrender to passion. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but my passion has totally been on my physical health. I've been so revved up, and what it's done is it's actually given me so much more energy to work with. And I've had to face some fears around that. Like, oh God, am I going to be able to keep up? With my ambitious viewpoint of where I'm going, right? But that's where the health and the wellness comes in. All right, so get out of your head and feed the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to surrender to is your passion. That's going to fuel you through some of this new stuff that you've got coming, the stuff that you're in the middle of. We're going to take a look now at the life purpose and how this plays out in your life's purpose. I think in my Aries reading, I actually had like 4 cards fly. I've decided that instead of having these cards fly, I'm just going to pick one from the center of the deck, or else we may end up being here all day. All right, let's see what we got. School. The answers that you're seeking involves going to school. All right. I'm going to contradict this just a little bit in that I don't think we have to go to an educational system. Although, oh my gosh. Okay, Debbie, you got to stop judging the cards. You got to just let them play out. Look at what I just came out of in trying to improve my day-to-day story, how I live my life. I begin my day every single morning with serious joy. I get up, I watch or I listen to the pep talk, which goes through everything that's going on through the day. There's a spiritual, there's a little chant that we do. Of course, I do it by myself, but you know what? I feel like I'm doing it right along with him, the sensei. And so it's changed my life, and it's sort of a form of school. I've never been into astrology. I mean, just a little, like the basics, but what a difference that's made. So maybe there's a little bit of a life purpose here for incorporating something, whether that's you showing up and being that teacher, that sensei, whatever, that's teaching, or maybe you're just being called right now to go into some kind of a learning path that has to do with where you're headed, Gemini. All right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Spirit to take a look with the Intuit Oracle, and let's get some information from you that relates to your new spiritual path. All right, Source, Creator, all that is, we're asking for a little bit of information for Gemini, Gemini ascendants, Gemini moons, that will help them in moving forward with their spiritual story. All right, what we got? We got one. Got the Karma card already. So the fate, the forces of the universe. Oh, we got a Celtic knot. All right. Ooh, we got the beaver. We got the birds. The birds just came up for Taurus as well. We got the rainbow. All right, we got a bunch of great cards here, guys. All right, let's take a look here. We've got perfect. All right, we got 7 cards. That's great. All right, the first card, I'm going to just take a look at what we got. Give me a second here. All right. All right, the first card that I did see was the Wheel of Fortune. I'm trying to see if I can get you a better look at this card. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune really is telling us here that we have, this is fated, the forces of the universe. And look at this. We've got all the astrology signs going in a spiral. You see that? Okay, this is how I have felt about this journey, and this is why I've been so passionate about communicating this at this particular time, is that the forces of the universe have literally created this destiny. God took this out of our hands and gave it to us as a blueprint for where we were going to go, into embodying the new, to create the new earth. This was the Wheel of Fortune at its finest, okay? The Firefly brings us illumination, okay? This is all about self-discovery. This is our soul spark. This is light codes coming in to help shift us, change us. It's helping you to recognize that you are someone that is exceptional. It brings you the magic that you need, the fire that you need. Okay? The other card that comes up for me really strongly is the Beaver. What this whole alignment, this astrological alignment is doing is it is literally giving you the persistence that will pay off in doing this. The new things that are on the horizon, it's like, it doesn't matter how much things work against you, you are going to make this dream real. You are going to push your dreams forward. And this is actually, oh my gosh, we've got 2 cards that confirm that. Number 1, stars, meaning your wishes are going to come true. All the hopes, the dreams, your inspirations, and it's going to bring you a great deal of peace. This is a period of time that is feeling like miracles. I mean, I get really, really choked up, especially here I am, doing Gemini. Well, this couldn't be more true for me that my dreams are coming true. Because my whole life has been about bringing forth my spiritual journey, to be in a position of being like I want to say sensei, and that I'm teacher and student. I live for this stuff and have from the very beginning. And this is all, accelerating for me. You'll have to look into what is accelerating for you. You also are blessed right here with the double rainbow. That is divine intervention, okay? This is about ascension. This is about serendipity, light codes again. So this is about how we've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? This is all fated. This has all been sort of handed to you. Now, I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to clarify. I also got the birds, and I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'm going to tune into this card in just a minute. We also got the bird. Okay. Okay, I am getting some information from the birds, is that inner debate, the inner debate that we were talking about, how we tend to be a lot in the brain. Gemini is thinking, is always tossing thoughts around. And I want to say chatty in our heads. It's noisy. And we can be going through a period of nervousness in our mind. In other words, our mind can almost be chatty against us during some of this time. But we need to remember these cards here. Okay, we need to remember these cards. And these cards are telling us your dreams are coming true. In other words, shut up. Stop talking to yourself that way. Okay? And then we got the Celtic knot. And I do think I'm going to pull more cards around this, because the Celtic knot in all the readings that I've ever done is very akin to a twin flame card. It's about unconditional love. It's about divine union. It's about an enduring connection, this love of a lifetime. And I want to say that you probably now have more chance of attracting this to you than you ever have because of the work you're doing right now. Okay? Because we can't really find that resonance, that other us, that other resonant us until we are there ourselves. Otherwise, we're resonating at something that doesn't resonate with that other being. But in this particular reading, I would say that we're coming into unconditional love with ourselves, which is really sweet and really special. Divine inner union, eternal love inside of ourselves. So, loving ourselves, again, loving responses to ourselves. All right, so let's go ahead and put these cards up here. What I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get out the Zodiac 108. And we're going to go ahead and pull some more cards. And let's see what the Z108 has to say. Tend to think of the Z108. This deck, it's like, for me, it goes deeper. Like if I'm doing readings for others, like a person, it can get so accurate. Like if you're questioning about a person or whatever, it might come up like an airplane. Oh, this person's a pilot. And then it goes into, you can drill down into a lot of details. So that's one of the reasons why I like using this deck when it comes to reading for you right now. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else. What else for Gemini? What will be helpful for Gemini to know? Okay, you got the gavel. So there's some kind of important decision that needs to be made. Contracts literally fell right on the gavel. That is just too much. All right, hang on. Oh my Lord. Okay. I think we got enough cards here. Wow. The first thing that I gotta say is something's going on with you in terms of important decisions and commitments. Right? I'm gonna show you. We've got the rings and we got the gavel. Okay? Let me just tune into this energy. Well, there's definitely something about an important decision to be made around, contracts and agreements. The rings indicate like-minded people, lovers, counterparts, committed partners, soulmates. So there's definitely a relationship aspect. So you might be considering entering into a new relationship, making serious decisions around a relationship. The gavel also could be, pay attention to contracts, agreements, bonds, things that you're entering into right now, that there's a serious situation that you're dealing with. So let's see what else we have here. The next one I saw was broken vase. Shattering. Didn't I just talk about freaking shattering? How I shattered my body? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to take that as a very strong sign that we are, as Geminis, really tuned into what will really harm us and to stop doing it. All right. This is whatever things, it's fixing it. It's an opportunity to face this adversity, these setbacks that we've had. And we're gonna encounter them as we're shifting to the new. We're gonna. So if you have a hardship or a misfortune, or you have a situation like I did where you regretted something that you did, the broken vase offers you the opportunity to fix it, to take 2 steps back, take a look at it, change that state, make new boundaries, and move forward from there. All right, then I noticed the microphone. Let me see what else we got here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got some resources coming with the sap. We've got the sap. We've got the repairman. Oh, wow. Okay, so the repairman and the broken vase. Look at that. Okay, so the repairman offers that opportunity to heal and fix those things that are feeling that they don't fit in with your lifestyle, the things that don't work. It's like it is that boundary drawing of, I'm not doing this stuff because I don't want this outcome. Drawing the boundaries. And I just saw the lightning flash on the screen as I said that. So that must be pretty important. So you're going to be able to make things right. You're going to be making adjustments. You're going to be restoring, and look at this, upgrade, upgraded. Come on, people, you can't make this up. So that's what's going on during this period of time. All right, we've got the convertible. All right, and the spilled milk. I'm going to look at these two cards together. Again with the opportunities. Trying to make sure you can see that. All right. The spilled milk is accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Leave it in the past. It can't be changed. Cannot be changed, which maybe that's saying we can't change that past spiritual story. But what we can do is move on. It's time to clean up. It's time to let go. It's a minor problem. You're going to see minor stuff going on. The convertible is there's a lot of possibilities. So remember, Gemini is being asked right now to be flexible, right? To keep your options open, to remain open with your boundaries. So probably because the convertible comes in to tell you that there's going to be many options to choose from. So you're going to be brought forth options, and then you are going to be able to go from there. And you're going to have the freedom to go with the wind, to choose different alternatives, to choose your preferences. And listen, if something happens along the way, the spilled milk, if something happens along the way, don't sweat it. More options are going to open up. So don't freak out about that. In fact, we've got the resources. This is sap. Okay? This is everything that you need. This is energy. Oh, and does this speak to the health aspect? You've got the energy, the vitality, the abundant physical health and life force. Isn't that what you're working on? This is incredible. So you're going to have those needed materials is what is being said. And it's interesting because you also have the microphone, and the microphone says you will be having something to say about all of this. You're going to want to speak about it. You're going to want to talk about it. You're going to want to make it known. You may be doing public speaking. You may be plastering stuff all over social media. You want to be heard, and you are speaking up right now. And that leads us to the balloon. And the balloon is all about fun and freedom, high vibe, ascension, higher perspectives, letting things go, being more independent, attaining your goals. This is phenomenal. I am so excited for the potentials here. And I'm going to see which of these things. I would say this Wheel of Fortune. I want to put that up here along with this illumination. And I'm going to put it over here with Making Dreams Come True and the Double Rainbow. All right. Yeah, so we've got the legal and the spiritual. And we have like a lot of options coming. We have the repair. Isn't it interesting how most of these showed up? And you know what? I'm putting this right at the top. The Celtic knot, because literally the Celtic knot is about what this is all about. Unconditional self-love. The love of a lifetime. You having yourself as a love of a lifetime. It's amazing. And you know what? I'm going to put this one up there too, because this is about what is the outcome of that. Is fun, freedom, high ascension, attaining your goals, being stress-free, letting it go. It's not the very last thing what I want to do, but I'm also going to pull cards from the Twin Flame deck. And this deck was done by my friend Marla Kelly in conjunction with Intuit Oracle, and she's an astrologer. She works a lot in couples and in love relationships. It just scratches the surface of what she does. But this deck is so powerful, and how I use it is I interpret these cards within the context of the reading. So while this might have something to do, it's just like we got the Celtic knot, and that could signify that you have. Oh, I got a hair or something. Sorry. It could indicate that you have something like a twin flame coming in. And look at, you've got the rings and soulmates and you got stuff like that. So, the twin flame deck might bring out some information for you, but I'm going to let Source tell me what the definition is of these cards as I pull them. All right. So let's see. Let me see. These things love to fly. All right, here we go. I'll just pull it out in a minute. Okay, probably enough. All right, let me just go through and see what cards flipped on me. Let's see what Source has to say with regard to it's like your relationship with your higher self is the way I look at these cards, because ultimately you are your own twin flame. You have those feminine and masculine aspects within yourself that need to be balanced in order for you to be in connection with other people. And so it's really important that, we see that in ourselves first. Okay, so the same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. Okay, what I feel that this card is saying to you is you are coming into union within yourself, and you just have to allow the process to happen. It kind of goes along with this karmic, the karmic wheel, the wheel of fortune, is that, it's all being done for you. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just allow it to be. All right. So the next one is, I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust the energy we share will bring us back together again. So it does sound like that there might be someone in your life with whom you are feeling chemistry with. This does seem more like someone coming into your life. But again, bring us back together again could also be looking at your new spiritual story. Your new spiritual story is going to be a higher version of you. So in a sense, you're meeting yourself in a new way. And there is a chemistry there that's drawing that in. All right. I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. Okay, so that's what we're saying, Gemini. We are making that declaration that we are changing this pattern, these old patterns, these old boundaries, and we are choosing to embody our new stories. All right, I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. Okay. All right, I want you to think about this. All right. You're going to go through some fears. Remember the mental struggles that you're going to go through. Fears of screwing it up, fear of doing it wrong, fear of being afraid. There's going to be the small self inside of you that is going to fear that you're going to mess this up. And so you will find that you go through little triggers like that. But remember the answer, self-love. Okay, so the answer is, what do you do with that? How do you talk to yourself? Do you draw that boundary and say, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to doubt myself anymore. I'm not going to allow that to trigger me anymore. My ego is fragile to criticism and rejection. I create walls to protect myself. Well, guess what? If you're talking to yourself like that, don't you screw it up, or you're looking stupid, or gosh, you should be so embarrassed for what you said or what you did. What you're doing is you're creating more walls within yourself, not self-trust. So how you take care of yourself is going to mean how much you trust yourself. And you need to bring those walls down. That's where you want to open up boundaries that you might have otherwise placed there. You're projecting your own fears and limitations. Go within to understand that you are seeing outside of yourself and not seeing you. All right. This could be in a relationship, but I'm taking this more as, with the fears that you might be facing, if you are saying, oh, I'm doing this wrong, then someone else will come along and say you're doing this wrong. Become conscious of what you say to yourself shows up in the outside world. So that's why we want to stop saying these things to ourselves, because we want to stop creating those things in our outside world, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, well, there's a lesson to be learned from this. Yeah, I'd say there is. There's all kinds of lessons to be learned from this. So let's go ahead and put that up here. And all right, I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. I need to be elevated to the expression of deep unconditional love. Okay, what I want to say about this is, because we're talking sexual energy, we typically think of a relationship between us and another person. This card is really telling us that relationships of that nature come from being beyond just the physical attraction. We have to be sitting in our seat of our soul, our new soul story, in order to express that deep unconditional love for ourselves. And then we project that outward. So that is what this final message is saying. Okay, so we've got all kinds of really good information here. I hope you'll review this information. And you know, if you stop, hopefully the cards were clear enough that you can see. If you stop some of the card shots, you can actually even interpret more things that, you know, you might feel work for you. The last thing I'm going to do is pull an Ascended Master card. And let's just find out what our friend, whichever Ascended Master comes out. And I like to make sure that everyone understands that when I deal with Ascended Masters, it's really, I think of Ascended Masters as being big brothers and sisters that just see things a little bit more clearly, and they have reminders. Each one of them has an area that they focus on. And let's see which Ascended Master comes out. The one that I worked with the most is Katumi. I was very blessed with my friend Kalina Malnar to be able to have Katumi come to me through her for 2 years and teach me so many things. The other day, I actually got a chance to pull a couple cards, and Katumi came out for me, so it was kind of exciting. All right, so Lady Nada is here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my book and see what Lady Nada is all about. This is, you know, I want to say wife, mother, sister, daughter energy. That's familial kind of energy. Let me see here. And I'm trying to think of how this is organized. If it's by, I think it's actually by the person. Let me see here. Lady Nada, where are you? Goodness gracious. All right, now I'm embarrassed. It's taking me a hard time to find this. Okay, so it's mother. I'm going to go under M, sorry. All right, here it is. I have it. Okay. The issue that you're asking about involves a significant woman in your life, such as your mother, wife, girlfriend, sister, or daughter. The first person who comes to mind is correct. Any unhealed feelings that you carry towards this person could be blocking or slowing the manifestations of your dreams, as well as leading to imbalances. So we might want to go ahead and take a look at some of our parenting or relationships with our family members. And I don't know if I showed you this card. Let me see here. All right, this may have something to do, old patterns may be holding us in a particular place. This is a perfect time to call upon God, source, your guides, angels, to release any toxins associated with the past or present female relationships. So maybe this person was instrumental in helping you, you know, establish your old spiritual identity, and maybe by making peace with that, it will make it easier to make that transition to the new spiritual story. The process opens the way for healthy relationships with women, including your own feminine energy. So that is the message from the Ascended Master. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. I couldn't agree more with the cards that came up for that reading. Just having, from my own personal experience, your experience may be slightly different. But I hope that you enjoyed that reading. It's an extremely important period of time. So God asks us to become conscious and accept with loving, open arms this new spiritual story with ourselves, because it's going to open up all kinds of new possibilities for you, for the life that you came to lead. Right now, what on New Earth? This is all about the creation of New Earth. There's no one that's coming here to save us. We are here to do that ourselves. So I hope that this helps. I'm trying to think of what else. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind, I would love to ask that if you made it all the way through this video, please do like this video. Share it with a friend that you either know that's a Gemini or has the rising, or someone that's in love with someone that's a Gemini. And subscribe to my channel. Please, I'm begging. Subscribe to my channel. If you don't want all the information that I put out to come through your feed, just don't press the notification bell. But your subscribing to my channel will mean the world to me, because I'm putting an awful lot of time and energy into building my new channel, and nothing happens unless you really get noticed by YouTube's algorithms, and that comes in from subscriber counts and likes and all that good stuff. So, and leave me a comment if you've got something to share that you're experiencing, Gemini, in this spiritual journey, and you relate to something I said. Please do leave me a comment. I respond to every single comment as I am physically able. So thank you so much, and until next time, namaste. Bye.